I had requested the organization team to project the agenda. I don't, is it there or it's not possible? So again, but we can have it in our heads. If you cannot remember it in the head, you young people can remember, can do better. So we welcome remarks which I have already done. We are going to keep this short and precise. The prayer we have already had. I'm going to make a few remarks on behalf of the committee. Then we shall have handovers, President, Vice Secretary General, what, until the end. And then the President, that time will not be President-elect, I think. He would take an oath, and I hope the administrator of oath is invited. We have, I was told there is going to be, we are going to take an oath. And after doing that, the president, the incoming president, no, the outgoing president will make a few remarks. Then the incoming president, and then we shall thank God again for seeing us through that process. So, colleagues, as you all recall, again I re-emphasize that on 8th, yes, that's what I said. Okay. But you can't hand over, you can't swear before you know the person to swear in. But I'm a flexible person. Whatever you say, I will do for the sake of harmony. But you can't swear in somebody you don't know. So but I stand to be corrected. So colleagues, again, you recall on 8th of November in Mbarara, the elders were asked to take over and organize elections that are credible. That committee of, we were 3 at that time, Dr. Biso, Dr. Naku, and me. Those who are young who may not know me, I'm Dr. Nathan Kenya Mudisha. Once upon a time I was also in this, in this room, and once upon a time I was a pediatrician. For the last 50 years, I haven't touched a child, so I don't know if I still qualify to be a pediatrician. But we thought it important that we add more people. We thought of Dr. Jane Kengeya, who had an interaction with the presidents who were standing, but she traveled, so she couldn't be with us. Then Elizabeth, I guess, and the other one. You know, these female doctors, they use the other names when it is convenient. So Elizabeth Ekochu and Florence Bengana. Also, she doesn't want me to use the other name. So we did the work. The report is available, and we have also shared it online. The presidents, Mr. President, and I think the circle. Okay. I don't know if there's another dignitary here that we. So that's the report. I will not go through the whole report because like the processes, we have been sharing the processes and the timelines. So I don't think that it is important. But just to know that the report is divided in sections. There is the introduction, how we were given this responsibility, the preparation that we went through, the parameters that we used as our guiding principles, and I think I should say something about that. We agreed that we focus on the mandate that the General Assembly gave to us, and that was to deliver a free, fair elections within 21 days. And the colleagues, we managed miraculously. The candidates were shouting at us. We were very quiet, useless almost sometimes. And I would call some of us agreed that the voting would be online. And there would be one vote per member. Why that is that there were some people who were life members, registered as life members, and registered as ordinary members, and on the vote register that you gave us, that meant they were going to have 2 votes. And we agreed we should have 1 vote per member. So those were our guiding principles, and I thought I should mention that. Then there was the process of cleaning the register. It was a hassle. It was what? But we succeeded. We had to go through all the data and do what, but we did. Then on 6th, I'm summarizing so that we are out of here. On 6th, we had, on Saturday, we had elections. I think 6 hours. People were able to cut their votes and stopped exactly at 4 p.m. And we closed the system. And the good thing with the system, we got the results immediately. And to avoid the issues, we made sure that everybody got the results. Then there were the results. Really, that's an opportunity. The numbers we have, more than 300, why shouldn't we have data? Then, in terms of also keeping data, so that it's not deleted. We can keep this data in the cloud. Because now we are told, sorry, I don't want to go into these things. The other person entered and deleted the things. The other person entered and changed the emails. Those are, in this modern world, you can have data stored somewhere, and those things will not happen. Then the other opportunity which we haven't put here is the support we have. Uganda Medical Association had a reading in Parliament. A private member's bill moved by Bariomonsi for Uganda Medical Association to turn into a society, so that Uganda Medical Association becomes a legal entity, like if you can use it, the law society. So if you are a legal entity, then you can negotiate. But now we are just releasing.
Yes, mukasiaka tukira kuba tulekere kyatuleseera nga batugamba Samuel Goldwyn Films bakutusyako sema gye tulekedde. Tukira kuba tulekera kasema kagenda kubeera kasufu.
Some candidates, the language was sometimes not good, but so long as you don't touch me, what's wrong? I will leave you to talk. I'm told the principal. I'm told now AI is competing with the lecturers in the medical school. Why can't AI also compete with U.M.A to keep the data for us? Then the data I have finished. The accounting system. There is no accounting system at all. You say paid up members, they are on so and so's phone. Momo, you call it Momo. Momo receipts on somebody's phone, then the Google sheets, then the what. But that's not the way organizations are run. And we are honorable doctors, we are learned, we are in school for a longer time than other people, let us do better. By the way, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm blaming us as the association. The number 4, there is the National Governing Council. What does that National Governing Council do if it cannot guide the executive? We thought the Governing Council should be a guide, should be always providing guidance, strategies, and what to NEC. Like, actually, by the time you requested us to take on this responsibility, NEC should have done that. And we really think that NEC should be stronger. We are also suggesting that NGC should sit at the beginning, sit and elect their own chair, not the president of their, because you can't be supervised by yourself. Because currently the NEC is chaired by, no, the NGC is chaired by the president, and it does not make sense to us. We strongly recommend that the Constitution should be reviewed to cater for these shortcomings that we all saw during the elections. And we have suggestions in consultation with Dr. Nyabwana. Since, how old are we now? For a long time, Dr. Nyabwana has been helping the Uganda Medical Association in revising constitutions. So I had to consult him, right? And we think we should do that. Something that is a bit controversial, but which we thought can work, and learning from other organizations, is to have a board of trustees, because we are beginning to have property. You understand? And if we don't have a board of trustees, where do these properties belong? I am a member of Golf Club. Governments come and go, but Golf Club in Uganda will remain, because every time there are 3 or 4 trustees. If anything goes wrong, the trustees take over. It becomes their property. So we think now we are beginning to have money. We have the circle is acquiring property. Now if Dr. Nyabwana one day decided to use your name, say now these are my things. I'm a Rotarian. We collected money sometime because we didn't have all the money. Some members said, let us add on, and they put the title in what? In their names. And you know the challenge we are facing. So suppose somebody in the circle purchases the property and puts the property in their names. So those are the things that we should do. We also recommend that perhaps at the beginning or at the AGM of the electoral, before the electoral year, there should be an independent electoral commission appointed by the AGM, not appointed by the president. Something very controversial is the issue of interns. We all know that interns are doctors. In this room, once upon a time, when the interns were agitating for the salary, remember Kachimpa and the group, that group, His Excellency, the President of Uganda at that time, Idi Amin, came to solve the problem here, where we are. And the interns presented. Professor Dong and the team, because of fearing whatever, had it and chamber. had told me that interns are not doctors. And Dr. Kachimpa stood up and said, Your Excellency, these people, we can't understand them. Do you remember in the science code round, didn't you give us degrees? I mean, he said, yes. So, were you giving us fake things? These people are lying. I mean, on the walkie-talkie said something which we didn't understand. At about 3, their salaries had come in sacks. So carrying sacks is not new. Even other presidents carried sacks of money. So, but yes, we know the interns. We should think very hard whether they should carry a full vote. I'm not, it's our recommendation. Now I can see I have, So the Constitution should come out clear. History has taught us that the interns who subscribe for U.M.A, and the records are there, do it on the day of this, on the relationship of the incoming team and how they can mobilize. And we think that perhaps we should think twice. Somebody who has paid the same day of elections, whether that person really has the organization at heart. But again, it's a constitutional issue. We are just saying, look at it. Then lastly is the recruitment. The Constitution should also be clear on how we hire lawyers and how we hire auditors. There is no organization really that I know that where the executive director hires the auditors. Where the executive director, now I mean the president. You sit here in your office and I say, Ernst & Young, come and audit. Then they are going to do exactly what you are telling them and what you want. So even the legal advice, because again, history, we have had a few challenges on the legal advice from the lawyers we have been having. Then you wonder, are they for U.M.A or they are for individuals? So we want auditors for the organization. We want lawyers for the organization, not for individuals. And I think that should really be clear in the Constitution. The report is available. I think it's already on your emails, and I'm not going to go through the report, but I thought I should bring out those issues. And because I don't want to cause confusion, and after swearing in, people will be very excited. I, as Dr. Kenya now, it's not theirs, I said, and I will continue to say, I was a president of this association for more than 10 years. I would come and go. Then I really tried to understand U.M.A. U.M.A was there before independence. Colleagues, the incoming executive, the outgoing also, learn one thing. U.M.A was there before independence as an affiliate of the British Medical Association. When we got independence, our godfathers decided, now we are mature now, how about U.M.A? So how many of you were born before independence? So why do you want to think U.M.A is yours? As I said, this is mine, don't associate it with this. Don't, Two, we say we are members of the honorable profession. And I think without discipline, you can't be a member of the honorable profession. Discipline, you don't lose anything to be disciplined. And that goes with trust. And if people put trust in you as a doctor, it's like a patient has put her life, his life, in your hands. So sincerely speaking, if you start manipulating the voters register, sincerely, I would think twice to come to you as my doctor, because you may also manipulate my kidneys, but I don't have any now, I think. But they are. So please, all these colleagues, all the time, especially the young ones, just know, you're a doctor. And the doctor, you all the time, wherever you are, whether in a bar, or whether in the market, whether in what, just know you're a doctor and behave as a doctor in a trusted way. That's why some of us don't own clinics. There is no way Professor Donga has come here and who would have allowed us to own clinics. They say, oh, you are going to become a quack. I'm not saying those who have clinics are quacks, but that's the trust, the level of where doctors were expected to be. U.M.A has mainly three objectives. Please listen carefully, the young ones especially. The first objective is about the quality of health care in Uganda. You get that? The quality of health care in Uganda. The second, which people take too much, and that's why some of us actually left the association for some time, is the welfare of doctors. The third is promotion of related health professionals. You cannot provide good clinical care without a laboratory technologist, without a nurse, without a midwife. So medical doctors also put themselves in that position to support other, that's why they are called allied. The other time when I was in the Ministry of Health, the allied professionals were allied too. Then I told him, you are allied to doctors. And then, of course, I became very unpopular. Because we have to promote them so that you can deliver. If you want a scan, you need somebody to do it for you so that you can deliver a quality care. So sometimes people say, what are we doing with nurses? What do we do? No. It's because those professionals help us to deliver quality care. Lastly, colleagues, U.M.A has never been a trade union. U.M.A has never been a trade union, and I can assure you, the elders, you change U.M.A to a trade union, we shall form our own U.M.A and we'll go with yours. And the reasons are very clear. The objectives of U.M.A are very clear. The trade union related objective is one, the welfare. The rest are none. Two, I am retired. I am not employed, but I want to be active in U.M.A. So you can't start unionizing me. Two, like Professor here, at his level, he cannot do it in the union. I think MakCHS, in government you can, at a certain level. So do you want him out of Uganda Medical Association? Three, private, there are so many doctors in the private sector. There are so many doctors who are self-employed. So when you think U.M.A is to fight government for salaries, then you are going to leave us. So that's why I'm really requesting the incoming meeting. Yes, we all care for the welfare, our welfare, but don't go beyond The Banyankore said, they say you are a runner, you are a thief. They say go home, but you run and pass your home. No, that's not allowed. Okay? So let us remember those things. Last day, and I'm happy Dr. Nyagwana is here, because there is a time I wanted to attack him. This is Dr. Kenya, by the way, not the committee. Because I was told Dr. Nyagwana was separating the circle from U.M.A. He said, but we started it together. He's number one. That's another Nyagwana. So, colleagues, the circle is a baby of U.M.A. And why did we come up with that baby? Was the objective number 2. Do you understand? The welfare, because we fought for salaries, we did what? We are hitting a dead end. Said, suppose we come with our circle, can't doctors get some money and at least survive? Fortunately, His Excellency was very willing. We started with 5 billion. Was it? I can't remember. 5 billion, 50 million. 50 years. But all that money was to fulfill objective number 2. So colleagues, I should stop there. And on such a days, we don't request comments and no discussions. But let me introduce Dr. Biso, who has just joined us. And deliver your incoming neck. The president-elect is Dr. Frank Rubahinda Asimu. And he didn't pass with what? He has 67.78. So we will put those points so that you know we are serious. The vice president is Kabweru Wilberforce M. M stands for what? He got 53.85. Secretary General Alon Nahabwe, although he was not opposed, but the system requested you to vote, I think. So he got 84.09. The others abstained. So Aaron, you have to look for the other ones who didn't vote for you, the abstainees. That's what politicians sometimes don't understand. Because that's a force which didn't vote for you. It is there. Those who abstained. The Deputy Secretary, Irumba Charles, with 56.7. Irumba? Irumba, you're online? Good. Chairperson, Development, Investment and Finance, Fedi Wanga. And then if you don't deliver, you are dead, because you got 74.29. So to me, that's the trust people are putting in you. Chairperson, Ethics and Professional Development, Nyanzi. Deputy. Treasurer, I did. The treasurer is Abangira Fortune with 64%. Then ethics and professional development, Dr. Nyans Joseph Davies. Chair, editor U.M.A, I think, Beatrice Adongakala. Also, she was not opposed, but some people decided to abstain. So you have 6.7 who are not in favor of you. So you had work hard to get to the 7.4. The chairperson, CPD, is Sechans Henry. Chairperson, Publicity, Muyanga Andrew Mark. Chairperson, Welfare, Akio Fidel. So can you, Chair President, put your people in line so that people can see them? And perhaps a photo moment, I don't know. The President, the Vice, the Secretary General, the Treasurer, then others can follow. So, friends, on behalf of the Normalization Committee, it is my singular honor to present to you the incoming 2025. So can we now do the handovers? President to President. I think this is now automatic, isn't it? As I had said, you want first where? Where is the lawyer? God is here. Will that be legal sincere? Is it written somewhere? Did you have anything written? Who has some legal background to draft something quickly? So somebody, and then the principal can help us to administer the oath. Somebody has come. What did you swear when you were coming your name? No, I think it is I, then you put your names. Solemnly swear that I will serve Uganda Medical Association in the position of the president, so help me God, something like that. Okay. Hey, the Bible. That can you all, are you all Christians? Yes? Are you all Christians? Yes. So can you all raise your right hand, and those who have phones on the part of the radio in the phone, do it at the go. Yes, so that we save time. Yes, Dr. Nyamwasa. Yes.
But
Graduate position and yes. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. Yes. We can eat.
I, Dr. Frank Sime, solemnly swear in the presence of God
when he says Asimo, you say your name.
and all the witnesses herein that I will take up the post of President of Uganda Medical Association, and I will abide by the Constitution of the Association, so help me God.
So you can, I think you can take your seats. President, Dr. Swata, you are still in line? Dr. Swata? Dr. Swata?
Yes, hello.
Okay, can you say something and hand over, please?
Hey, can you hear me, Dr. Kenya?
Yes, everybody is hearing you.
Allow me to sort a small technical issue here. I come in last. We can start with my colleagues.
Okay, we can go to the vice. Oh no. Okay, the Secretary General, who is here? Joel.
Thank you very much, Chair. Colleagues, I should say protocol observed. I greet you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. My name is Mirembe Joel, so that's also my name, and I've had the privilege to serve you in the capacity of the Secretary General, whoever I was, from the period of 2023 to 2025. I should start by congratulating the new team on joining a platform where all of us, young doctors, old, look up to you for help. You are our representative, maybe of God, because when we have issues of welfare, we shall look up to you. And in that sense, I want to say, you should behave and look like people to look up to. I have had the privilege of being mentored, being supported by the Uganda Medical Association as an institution since my year 2 of medical school at Mbala University of Science and Technology. And I've risen through the ranks of leadership, from leading medical students, leading medical interns, and starting the umbrella organization for medical interns, Federation for Uganda Medical Association 2018, until this time when you trusted me with a very big responsibility. I want to call most of the people who were elected survivors, and that comes from a situation that was created by leaders who were in office to reach an election in favor of a section of candidates. They went ahead to manipulate the register, add 9 doctors, leaving that, add doctors without their consent on the register, without their knowledge on the register, among other things. Other things I will not say.
Joel,
but I wanted to say that, and this is...
Please kindly hand over the office.
This is...
Kindly.
Elder, this is my last time to speak.
Kindly listen. No. Kindly.
Yes, I'm handing off. I have literally, this is simply a ceremonial. So the reason why I'm speaking to these colleagues, I don't have another chance to speak to them, is to tell them not.
Colleagues, if need be, let us again. We have been doing well. Let us continue to do well. Never. Don't start throwing a katimu sanafu. You call it what? We are handing over. You have no. I think it's not fair, Joel. It's going to cause we are healing. Why don't you continue the healing process? The wound has started forming a scar, and you have again into. That's not good. Please, I beg you. Or we beg you.
Elder, thank you very much for the advice. As I was mentioning that to clearly put my message that our new team, we respect you, we love you so much. We expect a lot from you. We request you that you don't disappoint us. We request you that you learn from the experiences of our experiences and do better for the good of all of us. Because the doctors of Uganda, especially even those who are not here, they have the only thing they have or we have is U.M.A. Until when we use it to lobby for other stronger institutions and platforms, we are not going to go anywhere. So I want to invite someone who has replaced me in this capacity and provide them with this skeleton file as a sign of passing on authority. And I want to congratulate you and serve us well. Yeah, so the Office of Secretary General is finally handed over to Dr. Nahawe. Okay. Alone. And I want to end by, okay. So the man wants the tools. So this is a stamp. And it is the general stamp of the Uganda Medical Association. It is with him. This is our seal, the authority of the Office of the Secretary General, and it is also being handed to him officially. So congratulations, sir. And now I'm no longer your Secretary General officially. I want to end by thanking you for trusting me to lead you. I didn't have any special abilities on me physically or financially or anything, but you trusted me, and I believe the opportunity I got, I used it well amidst the circumstances. Thank you. Thank you again.
You have handed over the office. Just a second. Kindly give him the password of the email, the official email, and I guide that immediately he changes that password. No, you don't have to say it here, please.
No, I wanted to communicate on that. I don't have that password. I gave it to Dr. Biso, and later, about 2-3 days ago, I was logged out of the account. So I don't have that password. I don't have access to that email.
May I please, in witness of this audience, hand over the password to the official email of Uganda Medical Association. Please go and sign in and change. I kept this under lock and key because of the challenges we are witnessing. People complaining that information was disappearing. I decided to change the email, and I even signed him out. So you will find a lot of work waiting for you there, sir. A lot of official correspondence. Start work immediately.
And Aaron, when it comes to your election time, don't misbehave. With the email and the password, you think we are being superfluous, but that password and the email created a lot of problems for us. That's why we agreed that only one person, even us, had that password. So that if anything went wrong, a document is deleted, what is what, I will ask Dr. Bishop, you are the only one with the password. When we were given the password, we started going in, then we saw other people, publicity secretary, who, no, please behave, eh? Okay, Treasurer. Treasurer, are you online? She's handing over. Can you please hand over online?
Yes, I'm available, Chair. Hello?
Yes. Yes, we can hear.
Yes, good evening, colleagues, all protocol observed. My name is Irene Asaba Mugisha, and I am the outgoing treasurer. I am sorry I could not be with all of you physically. However, I try to make an effort to be online so that I can hand over to my colleague, Dr. Abanjira. I will not speak much.
Are you getting it from here? Yeah, you can go to the pharmacy. There's a corridor on your right. Yes. That is what that is for home. For the others, that one is for home.
Okay, for the home. Okay, we have some sound interruption here, but I don't know if I can be heard. Yes, so to my colleague, Dr. Abanjira, and the membership, I ably gave a comprehensive report at the AGM. It had all the details, basically, concerning my office. The audited books of accounts were also presented in the same time, and they were okayed by the AGM. Basically, I will hand over these to him physically. We have already organized for a physical meeting so that I can properly, physically hand over to him and one-on-one when I am available. However, I just want to say congratulations to the new team. We pray that the Lord guides you through your term. And I would like to say also thank you to my team that I worked with, the outgoing NEC. Thank you for being resilient. It was not easy. The times were at times difficult, but we sailed through. And I really thank God who saw us through that period. So in summary, I would like to say that we leave U.M.A, or I leave U.M.A Treasury strong. Basically, we have tried to put things in order. The chair mentioned that there are no systems that are clear. However, I would like to say that we have clear systems. Although probably the NC did not get time to study these, they are available, and that is how we are able to be audited, and the audits resulting in 2 unqualified reports because the auditors believe in our systems and they feel these are good, credible accounting systems. Only I just need to add, we have to improve. The improvements were suggested by the auditors, and I know that Dr. Abanjira and colleagues will work on these as well. I want to say, I want to congratulate the outgoing NEC for all the things that were able to achieve. Work plan implementation went well, and at least we tried to work on almost over 80% of the things that we had set out to do, with the financing that we were able to mobilize at the time. And I want to thank the membership for continuously subscribing. Although we are not still yet there, we are still doing badly, around 690, or over 3,000 members. We can improve, and so we can tap into these numbers. So to Abanjira, my successor, I wish you well, and I am available for guidance whenever you need. And yes, I know that this is a good team, and I have seen you people are trying to work together right from the beginning. I pray that it will all go well. Thank you very much to the membership and the chair. Over to you.
So, Eileen, thank you very much. I think you and the incoming treasurer will quickly meet. For you, it is the beginning, because you have to hand over physically. Two, you have to change the signatories. Otherwise, you are still a signatory. And I think really to be transparent and to avoid any issues, and of course to continue working. U.M.A. cannot stop. And so you have to arrange quickly so that you can change the signatories as soon as possible. Can we move to the president, the outgoing president? Dr. Herbert Ruswata.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, thank you. I was muted. I couldn't unmute myself. Thank you so much, Chair. Greetings to all the colleagues who are in the House. Apologies, I was not able to attend physically today. We had a lot of negotiations and change of dates, and unfortunately, today was very unfavorable for me to be around physically, but I greet you all. I wish to start by congratulating the past NEC and all the members on the team I worked with. Congratulations for completing the term successfully. I also wish to thank you, the past president, Dr. Kenya Mugisha, Dr. Naku, and Dr. Viso, and the members who were adopted on the team for doing a good job of conducting this election. Thank you so much. And I want to congratulate the new president, Dr. Frank Warinda, and the team on their successful election to the U.M.A. leadership. The report I have, which I want to give to my colleague, Dr. Frank, has three things. We have the president's report, a strategic plan, and the U.N.A.'s contract. But there are a few things in my report which I wish to stress out for purposes of continuity or not have them die out, which I think my colleagues should take very seriously. Number one, the promise we got from head of public service when she told us at the conference that she's going to follow up with the Minister of Finance and ensure that the pay for associate consultants harmonization is considered. We need to follow it up. Number two is the U.N.A. project, which is currently running and has to continue to next year and then the next other 2 years. We are working on this project as Uganda Medical Association together with the Uganda Medical and Dental Practitioners Council. The registrar and the deputy registrar are in the know of this project and they know everything that is going on. And I'm going to share the contract via email since I'm not available physically for your archive as the president. The third important thing is the court appeal on the Equal Opportunity Commission ruling, where our colleagues wanted to take leadership. The PS nominated me to be an advisor of court. I'll be available as the IPP to do that work, but I cannot do it alone. I will need Dr. Frank as president and his team, and the whole membership of U.M.A to continue providing support in this activity. Now, another very important thing is about the savings we made in Bank of Uganda, where we bought the bonds. The main reason why we bought these bonds was to ensure that much as we have been able to have a decent office, but we must ensure that it is maintained. The money or the interest which is going to be coming from this bond will be sent periodically on the U.M.A accounts, and the money is meant to ensure that rent is paid every month and to run a few secretariat activity. I want to inform the new team that I know some people were worried on how U.M.A is going to pay the rent for that place, but that shouldn't be a problem because it has been catered for. The interest which will come from that money will be able to pay the rent for the office. And then lastly, the GDC which we have just concluded, we have not fully paid the dues for the hotel. However, the arrangements which are already ongoing, I signed the contract with Sonafi. They are going to send money, $10,000 US. That money is supposed to go and pay the hotel directly. They are aware that we are waiting for that money and it is in the process. We also have UNAIDS money, 12 million, which is coming, which is also for the conference. My request is that as soon as this money comes, it should be processed and paid at the hotel so that we do not keep that date. Lastly, I wish the new team a good term and for them to be able to achieve a lot more than even what we achieved or even in the past. And I'll be available as a immediate past president to guide whenever I'm needed, the National Executive Committee, and maybe to affirm on what past President Dr. Kenya Mgisha has said. It is very good that you have said it. We need an independent electoral commission which is selected by the General Assembly, and it will take U.M.A very far because I faced a very big challenge having two of my colleagues in my National Executive Committee all running for the office of the presidency. I don't want to talk about any details, but it was a very tough task for me. So I hope the coming AGM of U.M.A can actually allow Dr. Kenya Mgisha and his team and give them a number of years so that they independently conduct elections of U.M.A. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Herbert. Colleagues, it is approaching 6. I suggest the others will shake hands later and exchange the files. A handover from one team to another team in the same organization is not a one event. It's a process. For example, the treasurers, they have to continue. The treasurer has to continue signing the word. You understand? So we have witnessed the handover. May I now request the president now of Uganda Medical Association to accept the presidency and make his remarks, and thereafter, actually, for us, we are done. So So we are moving from here to there. And the president and his team and his guest of honor, I was told there's a guest of honor, can come and occupy the seats. And I will conclude, you know, age is a problem. When Obote was being overthrown by the young officers, he told them, this chair you see is very hot. But if you want more salary, I can increase. You are not laughing, perhaps you haven't understood that the chair Obote was having in Obote 1 was hot. Remember Kagata Namiti, that group, he told them, this chair is very hot, so don't fight for it. But if you want your salary, you want to increase in the salary, I will increase. Then even Isa came later, Lukongwa. If you have ever heard of Lukongwa. Lukongwa, when I said, I am warming a chair for Kalule. Was he Kalule? Kalule. I can't hand over the chair to Ray. The chair is sweet. These were two presidents. One of them, the chair was hot. The other one, the chair was sweet. Can you come and occupy?
Can I request my new neck to please come? Can I also please come and take your seats? There should be enough chairs for all of us. Please have a seat. Our only lady. There are both seats. Please, no, there should be a seat for you here. Help us with that seat. We are borrowing a seat. It doesn't move, eh? Okay. Can I make two more requests? That you please bear with us for a few more minutes. As long as the minutes are under 60, they are still minutes, it's not yet an hour. Secondly, can I request that the members of the past cabinet who are here, please hand over. I'll request Dr. No, you have no one to hand over to. Oh yeah, Dr. Kaweru, yes. Dr. Kaweru. I am in charge now. Please go and hand over the podium. Ethics and ethics. No speeches, just hand over.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Earlier on, during the day, I sent the files to Dr. Gavin, electronic, and the other things I'll hand over later. And he acknowledged the receipt. So,
let's have a handshake. Dr. Myanga.
He has to hand over to himself.
Yeah. Dr. Bwanga, please come.
Dr.
Bwanga and Dr. Gavin, please occupy the front seats.
I would like to thank Dr. Myanga for the service he rendered 2023-2025, and he has already received the necessary files. Thank you.
And then I will hand over to Dr. Kawire. As outgoing VP, I would like to hand over to my friend, my OB, my mentee, Dr. Kaweru, Vice President. Please keep me in check the way I kept Dr. Ruswata in check. Thank you. the chair normalizing committee and the members of your committee, our chief guest, the principal of the college, my colleagues, the new NEC, my family, esteemed members of Uganda Medical Association, both here in the house and online, all protocol observed. I beg your indulgence for a few minutes. I tend to talk a lot, but I'm going to be very brief, so don't be worried. But now you know that I talk a lot. I'll begin by saying that this is not a day to thump our chests and do a victory run for the members of the Elect Frank Committee, but it is a day of celebration for Uganda Medical Association. Please give a round of applause. I will come back to that a little bit later, but let me first of all thank God who has chosen us. All leadership comes from God. It's not because you had a better manifesto, it's not because you stayed 5 steps ahead of your opponent, but God chose you, and because God chose you, my colleagues, you are now the leaders. We believe that the God who has chosen us will also enable us. I also want to thank the electorate, but I want to deliberately and intentionally begin by apologizing for the trouble that we caused. Please forgive us. But having caused all the trouble, you still chose us. That's a sign that you forgave us, you bore with us, and therefore you are ready to cooperate and work with us. I would like to thank my family. Sharon Asime, please stand up. It's my dear wife. I know she looks 18, but we've been married for 21 years. My firstborn daughter, Shalom Asimwe. We are very small-bodied. We age slowly. She's at campus, first year. My second-born, Shalva Asimwe. She's in her senior 4 vac from King's College, Budo. My third-born is not here. She's the designated survivor, just in case. So she's not here. Shara Asimwe, she's in senior 4 at King's College, Budo. My fourth-born, Shannon Asimwe, S3 at Viva College. My fifth-born, Shem Asimwe Rabinda, P7 vac. My last-born, Sasha Asimwe, the second designated survivor, just in case she didn't make it, she got chicken pox. My nephew, Kwa Pauline Katunga, senior 6 vac, and my trusted driver and friend, Agava. You allowed me to participate in this election. You sent me out of the house with blessings. I was away on very many long days, and I thank you for the support, and I don't take it for granted. I want to thank my fellow candidates. I want to particularly thank and congratulate my colleague, Dr. Asfas Waraganise. He helped me with 2 things. In the current Uganda, I was worried I was going to be discriminated against because I was a Munyankole. But not only are we both Banyankole, but he has a longer, more difficult Nyankole name. So he took the bullet for me. But I admired his energy, and I also admired some of his speeches. In any meeting, he'd say, I have 2 points to say precisely, and we'll make those 2 points, and he'd be done. I admired that, and when I grow up. But we ran a good race when all is said and done, and at least we reached the end of the road without extracting each other's intestines and kidneys. The rest we did. I want to thank the old NEC, and I want to thank my dear friend and immediate past president, Dr. Luswata, and his team. We did cause some ruckus for you, sir. I'm sorry, and I apologize. Some people say it was necessary noise. but that's a story for another day. But for where we caused you headache and where we did not speak through you, sir, please forgive us. We'll do much better next time. I want to thank the electoral committee, the ad hoc committee, which did a lot, and they were not appreciated, which is really very sad. But they did a lot to expose what was going on. Professor Idro, Professor Kitara, Dr. Ruth Ampaire, Dr. Hilary, Dr. Mirembe, Dr. Lydia, and Dr. Sechimpi, you did great. And Uganda Medical Association is pressing the reset button because you let that process mature and hand it over to the normalizing committee. We thank you very much for behaving like real doctors, real surgeons, who even in the middle of the night can be called to take over a case which you didn't prepare, didn't touch, didn't take any history, and you did great because you took over. So Dr. Kenya Mugisha and your team, we want to thank you for delivering a credible election. In the same spirit, I want to apologize for the headache we caused you, but you took it graciously. We thank you. I want to congratulate my new team, Dr. Wilberforce Hannington Musoga Kaweru, my VP. Congratulations. Dr. Aloni Nahawe. We don't know whether it's an R or an L. Eventually, you'll tell us which one to put. In the email, there's R. In the names, there's an L. Sometimes there's an E at the end. Sometimes there's an A. You need to decide, both. But congratulations. Dr. Ambanjira, Treasure, Treasure, I wanted to call him Treasure. Thank you very much, congratulations. Dr. Irumba Charles in absentia. Dr. Mark Muyanga, our publicity, the publicity chair who never was in the previous term. I'm glad that you have been given a new term to serve Uganda Medical Association, and serve you will. You're supposed to clap, eh? Dr. Fidel Akio, the welfare chair, whom I didn't know until Las Vegas, and I was not disappointed because he looked prettier than his posters, and he sailed through. Professor Freddie Bwanga, with whom I have served on previous NEC. We served with Dr. Idro, but because of COVID, we never met. So this is like my second time to meet him, yet we've served on NEC together. And we need to do something about that. He's a big fan of Uganda Medical Association. Dr. Joseph Gavin Nyanzi, the man I've known for a very long time. He's my dear, very, very dear friend. And I want to congratulate you. And he walked in with someone. Can we ask the pretty people who have walked in with these men to come up, to stand up? Dr. Gavin, please. Oh, that's fair. Happy anniversary. And finally, our lady who balances us out, Dr. Beatrice Odongokara. When I was doing my research about other candidates, he told me that lady is a no-nonsense person. And I'm glad we have you on our team. Congratulations. Yes, please, stand up. Oh, wow. Wow. Congratulations. Thank you for supporting Mom. Finally, the man who threatened me for a couple of months, and I was about to surrender, and then for some reason he surrendered, and then they said I had bought him, Dr. Henry Sechanzi, who is helping us to stream this live. We've got 3 IT gurus in the house, Dr. Henry Sechanzi, Dr. Mark Muyanga, and Dr. Fidel. So IT-wise, we are good. Did any of us come with a significant other? Please, we need to recognize them. Okay. So that's the cabinet. And like I've said, we have been chosen by God and we're going to serve. And to wrap us up and tie a nice bundle, online is our immediate past president, Dr. Herbert Luswata, who is very much part of this team, and I also want to recognize him and a round of applause for him. 2 minutes and I'll be done. You can add a 0 to that. This election exposed a lot. I will not go into the detail. A lot of our character, a lot of what has been going on in the Uganda Medical Association. Oh, Dr. Charles Sirumba, I thought I'd mentioned him. I did mention him. Let's project him. Dr. Charles Sirumba. He lost his brother recently, and he's been in the funeral rites. Deputy Secretary General, that office was empty for the last term. A hand clap for him. We are going to get the report and recommendations of the normalizing committee. We're going to get the report of the electoral committee. We're also going to do a little bit of investigation, and we're going to see what was the problem and what can we do about it. As president, I must say here and now that we're not going to do this for punitive reasons, but for curative reasons. As a surgeon, I must tell the difference between an abscess and a cut wound. And as you know, abscesses are not stitched, but cut wounds, when cleaned, could be stitched. So if we don't find out what went wrong, when, where, why, and by whom, we'll have missed an opportunity to set Uganda Medical Association on the right path. We bring on board, and we've had 2 meetings, so we are beginning to bond. And I'm saying that intentionally, we're beginning to bond. We must complete the process of bonding, gelling, speaking one language, thinking one mind. And we have planned a retreat where we're all going to go out of Kampala with our spouses so that we look in each other's, not eyes, each other's retina. And no such as speaks like this, Kaweru talks like this, sometimes he threatens, sometimes it's just hot air, and so on and so forth. But by the end of that retreat, and by the end of our first, maybe 3, maybe 6, but sooner than later, we should be able to know each other and have a camaraderie which is leading you. We promise leadership which is consultative, representative, consensus building as opposed to voting. And I'm saying that intentionally, inclusive and synergistic. We bring on board various energies and weaknesses. We must never emphasize anyone's weaknesses. We must let people's strength synergize and fill in for the weaknesses of others. We must be tolerant. We must learn to live and let others live. And we are definitely going to bring on board good vibes. You better believe that. We want to bring on board the first principles of leadership based on accountability, transparency, constitutionalism. So I'm glad that various issues are coming up where we need to amend this constitution. We're definitely going to institute a constitutional review committee, and eventually, in a period not more than 3 months, 6 months max, we should have a constitution amended, everything that has been suggested, picked. We promise that our first emergency, or what they call it, extraordinary General Assembly, will be to ratify the amendments, and be sure we're going to consult you widely. You'll even get bored of us. Please don't. We also, and when I say we, partly it's what I've thought, but I've run it against my colleagues, so we will have a bigger idea when we come together and put out our agenda. But we also want to increase the representation of you, the electorate, because the electorate are the owners of Uganda Medical Association. So on the National Governing Council, we intend to include the following positions, which have been suggested before but have never been actualized. The diaspora. must come on board because now we're living in an online dispensation. The private practitioners must be represented. The public health practitioners, I know they're represented, but they're going to be emphasized. The leaders, the DHOs, directors, and commissioners, they must be represented on the National Governing Council. Doctors working in the NGOs, they must have, if they have an association, that's our mantra, if they have an association, the leadership of that association must be represented on the National Governing Council. We want to bring on board the academia principle. Any holder of MBCHB or BDS, Bachelor of Dental Surgery, who is a lecturer, if they have an association, their president must be represented, must be sitting on the National Governing Council. And also the deans and maybe principals, they will guide us. Should we bring the deans or principals? They will guide us. But if you're going to talk about issues of quality of training, the people who train must be in the house where those decisions are being made. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to shift the dial in any way. We're going to look at people who work in the basic sciences, anatomy, physiology, pathology, microbiology. If they have an association, the leadership must sit on the National Governing Council. We're going to collaborate, and in this collaboration, our first and biggest collaborators is government. You can somersault, you can dance all you want, you can feel as important as you want, but at the end of the day, everything starts and ends with the people that sit in State House. The earlier you recognize that, the better for you and your association. And the Minister of Health and the, I can't read my abbreviations, the Parliament, yes. These are our biggest collaborators. We must appreciate. We are not going to bootlick. We will not kneel down. We will be truthful. We will look at them in the face and tell them what they must do and leave it to them because that's our role. Secondly, we are going to collaborate with sister associations, the nurses, my beloved pharmacists, clinical officers. We are going to collaborate, but collaboration does not mean I become Gavin. I take up his clan. I take up his family. No, Gavin must remain Gavin, I must remain Frank, and then we collaborate. You read my lips, eh? Some of the things we're going to do, and I'm about to be done with my 2 minutes, we have structured, and we're in this process of consultations with each other. All of us had promises that we made. We have started a process where we harmonize our position. What did Dr. Kaweru promise? What did Dr. Gavin promise? What did Dr. Freddy promise? We are coming up with a list of maybe 100 to do things. We're then going to do a matrix. And in this matrix, we're going to look at the important things, the urgent things. There are some things which are important but not urgent. There are some things which are urgent and important, and so on and so forth. We must be able to filter through our manifestos, the promises, because in the process of developing our manifestos, we're actually doing we must have done a SWOT. I'm sure we did. So we could do that again, but I am sure, at least by the time I came up with my manifesto, I had done a SWOT. We're going to group our plans into 3 groups, what people like to call the immediate short term or the first 100 days. Me, I like calling them the low-hanging fruit. But we'll agree. This is now Frank speaking. My team will be speaking. And when we are going to speak, we'll speak with one voice. Then the midterm, and then the extended term. We'll also appreciate that there are some things where we're going to be building foundations. In foundation building, it is enough even to just declare your intentions and have it presented and written down. That's a very important step. We must also realize that there are things for which foundations have been built. My immediate past president has told us about some of the things he has in mind that he has been doing. We who have been on that cabinet. Yes, we're going to take them on board and build on those foundations. There has been, yeah, you can clap.
Of course, there is a lot of unfinished business. We must finish that, but we must also be cognizant of the fact that we must start some new things and finish them. We must also finally be cognizant of the fact that there are some plans that we will have to bear in mind that we are going to pass on to the next leadership. This term is only for 2 years. When I was in Ginger, they said, but Dr. Simwe, you are so good. Eh? Why don't you touch the Constitution? Even look like the people who touch constitutions. Why don't you touch it and make it 4 years? I said, please, you people, my children are still young, leave me alone. So it's just 2 years. We must be fully aware that there are some plans we are going to pass on. There are some ongoing projects that we are going to pass on. And there are some things we are going to do for our legacy. Let's work on each of them, even the things which are not going to bear fruit during our term for us to get the applause. Let's work on them as diligently as needs. So finally, in my remaining 2 minutes, what are our low-hanging fruit? The interns, residents, fellas, even their little bread has been snatched out of their mouths. It's really sad. That will be sorted out. And our finishing point, whether in the extended term, whether in the things we are going to hand over, we want interns appointed by the civil service with a salary, not allowances. Their salary should be as medical officers on probation, which entitles you to 75% of that salary, and we should be salaried, not waged, not allowanced. That's our end point. But initially, we're going to begin with the 1 million, we go back to 2.5, and we go back to the 4 million for the interns. For the SHOs, the residents, they were promised 2.5. It needs to be reversed and reinstated. But we're going to advocate. We're just advocates. We don't pay anyone. We don't own any money. But we are going to speak our mind with reason. And we did this with Dr. Idro during the cabinet of 1921. Before, and you can talk about numbers. How many can you afford? How many can you not afford? That's a discussion for another day. But every resident, before you come for your residency, you must be salaried. Government should regularize your pay so that you come with a salary. Then on top of that, and I'm not blinking when I'm saying that. Where is the camera? On top of that, they must get their 2.5 million allowance. It is not a crime to get a salary and an allowance. You guys who sit in the ministry, get it. Where is the camera? You get it. You get salaries and you get allowances. So give it to us. Why is it that when it comes to doctors, tables are turned and all of a sudden it's a crime to have an allowance on top of a salary? We deserve it and we need it. Associate consultants, the issue was in your title. The title has been sorted out. Next will be your salary. It will be sorted out. Finally, unemployment is a big problem, which it shouldn't be. We are starving in the midst of plenty. Our doctor-patient ratio sits at 25,000 per doctor. Why? What is missing? Why are we creating a problem where there's a solution? We've got universities. We can talk about quality. We'll talk about that one.
Recording in progress.
Can I start afresh? We have got universities churning out 1,500 doctors. That is an opportunity. And we are going to make an appointment with His Excellency and explain to him, bring the camera again, that Your Excellency, you have been misguided. First move, please. I'm talking to His Excellency. You have been misguided by the people sitting at the Ministry of Health. The doctors to reduce the doctor-patient ratio are now there. And the money to employ them is there. For instance, they had refused to deploy the interns, telling us there was no money. Then out of the blue, even when Trump had withdrawn all the monies, they deployed them. Bring the camera. Where did the money come from? Don't worry, I'm just on my higgy hagger. Where did the money come from? The same source where that money came from to deploy the interns, there is money to deploy medical officers across the whole country. You are supposed to clap. In the health center 3s, health center 4s, district hospitals, regional referral hospitals, national referral hospitals, and national specialized hospitals. I am here, I have not been promoted for the last 6 years, just because the staffing norms of Mulago, my boss is here, Mulago National Specialized Hospital, have not been realized. Why? I am here doing transplants, and they cannot promote me as senior consultant because either someone dies or becomes too old and goes away. Yet my position is there in the Mulago National Specialized Hospital staffing norms. What is the problem? His Excellency has not been informed properly. We're going to inform him humbly, but with facts. Secondly, we're going to try and ask if, again, very humbly as we can mobilize our efforts, if we can increase the number of doctors being seconded to the PNFPs. You're supposed to clap, eh? It is possible. The Chibulis of this world, the Nsambias of this world, the Kuluvas, the Lachos, the Kagandos, they need more doctors. They actually see more patients than government sees. They need more government doctors. Plus, we want to request that government doctors be sent to the private for-profit. For crying out loud, these private for-profit are already supervising interns. So why not get the doctors there as well? And this is the icing on the cake. We are going to revive our relationship with the SACCO. I don't know what went wrong, but it's very unfortunate, and it starts today. Let me speak like my IPP. It starts today. It starts today. We hit a reset button for a new working relationship with the SACCO. The SACCO received 1 billion Ugandan shillings from His Excellency in 2017, and they have faithfully churned it and grown it into 10 billion. Can you give them a round of applause? His Excellency remained with our 4 billion, and we anticipate that has also been making profit. Not tenfold like us, the SACCO guys, but at least 12 or maybe 15-fold. We are going to go for 50 billion Ugandan shillings from His Excellency. And this is how we intend to spend it. We have been good stewards. The SACCO has been good stewards of the 1 billion. They must be rewarded with more resources because they've done a great job. 24 billion of the 50 billion, and the money is there. I can even go and to His Excellency and tell you it is there. The money is there. 24 of the billion will go towards what we have called the incubation hub. And the other 24, I'm going to explain all that. The other 24 will go towards tuition loans. Guys who are coming to do postgraduate, you must not hustle anymore. I am finishing. There is money in the country. And as we've been told, the SACCO was formed for our own welfare. There is no reason why people should get loans from sharks, loan sharks, should sell their properties. Some have loaned their wives. If you have a pretty wife, yes, people have loaned their wives. 24 billion will go towards tuition loans. The SACCO will do the T's and C's, we don't know, and 24 billion will go towards that one. The 24 billion, we want to bring together 20 doctors, 12 MOs, 4 associate consultants, Obs-Gyn, surgery, PED, in IMED, as they call it these days, 2 senior consultants, so 20 doctors. They should form a company. Then they go to a city outside of Kampala and write a memorandum of understanding with the city mayor to allocate them a place where they can set up a 40 to 60 bed hospital. If you have those T's and C's, You come to the SACCO, they will be able to give you maybe 500 million, maybe even 1 billion. You better clap. Because right now, the SACCO has got 10 billion in its portfolio. So putting aside about 3 billion is not a big problem. And then if we present this to His Excellency and we get the 24 billion, that means we can start 24 hubs. That way, we'll have solved employment issues because we are going to employ not less than 80 people. We're going to have solved the problem of access to health services.
Recording stopped.
You better resume. We are going to have solved the problem of referral because we are the same fraternity. If I have Dr. Bule, my chairman, he's a medical officer on the streets. He's running a hub in Karamoja, and he meets a patient with a urethral stricture. He knows who to ask, and so on and so forth. Finally, for those who want to work abroad, we're going to try and work with reputable labor export companies to make sure you don't fly
Recording
solo.
in progress.
To make sure that these reputable labor export companies, first of all, find out for us where are the jobs, the genuine ones, not where you are going to go and they extract your appendix and your kidney in one sitting. After that, they are going to find out for us the T's and C's. What do I need to do a job in the UK, for instance? You need a plab. What do I need to do a job in Canada or the US? You need the US something, something. Then we look at the possibility of doing those tutorials, those courses here in Uganda. So that finally, when you are going to go, you have the requirements, you have been certified, a job has been secured, all the paperwork has been done. In conclusion, I want to again thank you, the electorate, for electing us and promise that we will not let you down. For God and my country. Amen.
Recording stopped.
Sorry, I'm continuing. Please have. I would like to hand over to the General Secretary to take over the chair.
Thank you. Can you post again our agenda? Someone was posting. Okay, post. We are close to the we are getting closer to the end of our agenda, and we are going to have the chief guest. But before we get to the chief guest, thank you very much. We have invited guests in the house, and I want to recognize them. I want to recognize special invitees. Among them, we have the chairman, U.M.A. SACCO board. Please stand up for recognition. Dr. Paul Chibenge. Thank you very much. And the management of the SACCO, they are also present. Thank you very much. We also have the ED, Murago National Referral Hospital. The Deputy ED is present. Thank you very much. And then the Principal College of Health Sciences, MakCHS University, Professor Ruth Shirenga, who is our chief guest. And I've been guided that would request the Deputy ED of Malago to welcome our chief guest to give us his remarks as we conclude. Deputy ED.
I really like children. So far, I think I have 6 children and still going by the grace of the Lord. So it's difficult to talk when the food is already served. But I think that is a good idea. It makes me talk so fast I can also have my food. So, Dr. Frank, thank you so much for inviting me. I think this is also one of your key unique attributes of leadership, to recognize academic medicine to be on the table. Thank you so much. But also for choosing the oldest medical school for the swearing in. I am sure with the capabilities of U.M.A, you could have been in any other place, including on the beach, in Mombasa or elsewhere. But you chose this humble place as a way of reconnecting with the history of medicine in Uganda. And in particular, this humble lecture theater called DLT. I want to thank you so much for that. My second point, I want to congratulate you and your executive. I am not very active in U.M.A by design, because there are many things in this Kampala that you just have to choose some. But I've been following the campaign and the discussion thanks to IT and WhatsApp. I also want to congratulate the team that has concluded their term, led by Dr. Luswata. Congratulations for serving us. Ladies and gentlemen, as doctors, I think Professor Kenya mentioned it. Wherever we are as doctors, we are concerned about what happens to doctors, however quiet we are. So when we are led by people who advocate, we feel proud wherever we are, in whichever form. Number 3, which should have been number 1, I want to welcome you because I am the headmaster of this school. By the grace of God, I want to welcome you here. Please feel free, and you are safe in your medical school. Now, number 4, and lastly, I want to talk about health professions education for this country. 1, we have opportunities as one of the major sciences in the world, that our sciences can be commercialized through what we call the knowledge economy. Any doctor or nurse could wake up and commercialize their knowledge. However, I have to say, earlier this year in February, I wrote a paper about the knowledge economy. How can we convert all the knowledge that we teach in universities into benefit for everyone? As doctors, we are lucky that our science can easily be commercialized. This morning I was in Namamve joining a few people of young medical scientists who have created a huge factory of medical diagnostics and other medical products, and employing so many people. So, colleagues, while we look at the bedside, we look at that next research project, we need to exploit the entire breadth of the knowledge package that we get from universities. The education of health professionals has challenges. Frank has already talked about them. Unemployment of health professionals. And thank you, Dr. Kenya, for teaching us that those other professionals, we work together. Until 1 year ago, I was a bedside doctor in 4C. And many of you know that actually the interaction between the nurse and the doctor is now very weak. I think you need to write a paper that we are allied. Let's not say they are allied to us, we are allied together. We are allied. So, the unemployment, I'm happy the president has a plan, but it is alarming. It gets worse with nurses and other professionals. Right now, we have 45,000 nurses on Kampala streets. Actually, some of them, people are starting to hire them to keep homes. And listen to me carefully, President, maybe your other president of the nurse. They take them, telling them you are going to look after someone sick at home. Before they know, they are cleaning the compound, they are cooking food. These are our nurses. We really need to put our heads together to solve this. My dean of the School of Nurses, Dr. Muhindo, has started a project called BHP. And it looks like what the president is talking about. Now I'm going to go to an area which is a bit stingy. The issue of standardization of training of healthcare professionals, but in this case, doctors and dentists. It is still our challenge. And the current executive, we need to work together and see how can we standardize health professions education for our own good. How does a nurse trained in Kabare be the same as the one trained in Kampala and be equated to the one trained in Kotido. I think Frank and your team and all of us interested in health, we need to pick this up. After we have standardized a health professional in Uganda, we need to standardize our health professional to a global health professional. I want to see a doctor in Uganda looking the same as the doctor in New York. That is my own business to start on, and we know what to do about accreditations. I am one of those people who went to study in America, and for several weeks, I left here as a registrar. I was almost working as a medical student, because despite that I came from the best medical school in Africa, there was lack of trust. So we need to work together with associations, medical association, nurses, pharmacists, to see how we standardize, first, a health professional in Uganda, second, a global health profession. I want to stop here and thank you so much for inviting me. But allow me, Frank, use your platform. This medical school is celebrating 100 years. First of all, we apologize. We were supposed to have a dinner last week on 12th. We postponed it to March 6th for doctors who have gone through this medical school. But I want to assure, even if you have not gone through this medical school, this is the mother and the father of medicine. You belong here. Most likely the teachers who taught you came from here. And I know most of you have taken your postgraduate training here. So please, let's come in March and celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Principal. With that, we've come to the end of our function. I would like to request one elder to Dr. Nyabwana to say one or two words and then a closing prayer.
Thank you, President. First of all, for the hijack, but for the opportunity also. For the hijack, so that if what I say is disorganized, members, you take note that the fault is the President. But if it is so nice that you like it, then that's why I'm excited to be hijacked. So thank you very much, President. My name is Dr. Nyabwana Denson. I was sharing one time with the President that from the time I left medical school, I've been inside the Uganda Medical Association until today. And I did mention to him that when I sort of, like I've stepped out of Uganda Medical Association, we went to build U.M.A circle, where I am known as number 00001. And currently I'm the chair for the supervisory board of U.M.A circle, and therefore we are responsible for ensuring compliance with the legal instruments and law. So thank you very much for the invitation. I want to mention that as the President mentioned, we are born out of the British Medical Association, and that was around 1960, and since that time we have been moving. There are many things that we have done, and I'm happy that the President, in his speech of yesterday, he mentioned we are going to look for those things that were done and people have forgotten, pull them out and put them in the system so that we don't lose out of them. So as the new NEC comes to the table and starts doing all the good things that the President mentioned, and thank you very much for the speech. Those of us who call ourselves old or elders, will be available 24/7. Don't worry about the age. We shall be available 24/7, like the normalization committee was available, and everything you want us to do, we shall discuss and make sure that the direction you take, we have had a useful contribution. Then I was asked to say something about the SACCO and U.M.A. Just as Dr. Kenya mentioned, objective number 2 of the Uganda Medical Association is about the welfare of members and the community. So, because U.M.A. is basically for advocacy and what? Advocacy and, Mr. President, the association is for advocacy and lobbying. The U.M.A. SACCO was brought in to do complementary work to the association, so that the association can continue with lobby and, the second word we said, lobby and advocacy. And then when it comes to issues of socio-economic power of members, then the SACCO can handle that and only come to U.M.A. when we need advocacy. Like when we wanted the 5 billion, we sat with U.M.A. U.M.A. talked, we added some points, but the giving was because U.M.A. talked. So, and that's what we need to do. The only thing that U.M.A. will need to do is to appreciate that the SACCO is under the Cooperative Societies Act, but it's in the legal instrument for the SACCOs where there is enough room for U.M.A. SACCO to work closely with Uganda Medical Association. So, Mr. President, the SACCO is continuing to look for other avenues that can help it be an effective complementary partner with U.M.A. to ensure that the medical officer in Uganda, the doctor in Uganda, and eventually the other professionals can gradually become economically empowered, such that we should wake up and go to work, not where from, where school fees will come from, and that's what we want to do both as elders in support of the SACCO and its other entities that will be coming out of it. You'll be hearing about a company very soon, but the promise is that we are going to work closely with you and contribute wherever you think we should contribute. Thank you very much. Can we suspend the eating and we stand up for a prayer? Lord, our Father, we want to thank you for the favor of life. We thank you for bringing us here together as the medical profession and partners. But we want to show our gratitude and say thank you, Lord, for giving us the responsibility of looking after lives of the citizens of Uganda. In realizing that the new NEC that is in place now is mainly coming in to ensure that we are able to deliver on that responsibility. We are thankful, Lord. And as we go out to the field to work, we ask that you come with us at every stage of every activity that we shall do, that whatever comes out of what we will do will glorify your holy name. In Jesus' name we pray. And the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, fellowship of the Holy Spirit, be with us all, now and forever. Amen.
Thank you very much. Can we take some pictures? Let me request the normalization committee and some of the elders, the DED, the principal, the chair of SACCO, Dr. Nyabwana. Let's join the executive committee here. Dr. Cameraman, can you get the whole front? Okay, he can get it. So let's join. Then after that, everyone will come and join us. We take one big picture. No, we can't move out of here. They can get from there. We can make one line. They say they can pick it. Yes, they can get us. The food, the animals which were slaughtered came from my farm. So please eat it with all the necessary anger that you need to. Surgical anger. So, cameraman, please organize us.
We are few, as you see.
Yeah, just a little closer, but we are fine.
No, we are seeing. We are seeing.
Elder Joel, please join us. No, they can finish us. We can't finish. We can't make the curve. Cameraman, guide us, please.
I have a cup of tea with you.
Nedda batukwate wali oli agambye asobola tukwata asobola tusika fenna. We cannot fit halfway.
We are going to move forward.
A bit closer.
Where is the camera to tell us?
I don't know. Which one is the camera? Who is the cameraman?
All our cameras, if we are there.
Should we do a serious pose or can we do...
The way he has grown.
Where's the camera? He might have taken me in those funny poses. Smiling now.
You know, these cameras
Smile becomes
these days,
class.
they move, don't you see? Yes. You see? Hey, U.M.A. Say U.M.A. U.M.
Thank you.
In my retirement, I'm going to be a DJ, so I want to play for you some little music as you enjoy your meal.
Hello? Guys, food is enough. Please wait. They are bringing to your table. And it is courtesy of our president. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, for the meals. Yes. Cabinet. You stay.
Cameraman, take the new neck.
Thank you.